welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again with another episode of the Hot Seat for week 11. Just like every other week, we have several participants joining us today. So let's go ahead and get into the video and let's all put our hands together and welcome the Kentucky Wildcat head ball coach, Mark Stoops. What a disaster of a head coach. I don't know why these Kentucky fans continue to believe in this guy, Mark Stoops. He ain't did a damn thing since he been at Kentucky. I don't know how long he been at Kentucky, and I really don't give a damn. But I do know he ain't won anything of any significance since he been the head ball coach at Kentucky. And for this year, he's been less than mediocre. Mark Stoops and those Kentucky Wildcats don't have a quality win this season. I know they beat Florida, but Florida is a 5-5 football team. I know they beat Mississippi State, but Mississippi State is a 4-6 football team after getting the brakes beat off them by Texas A&M on yesterday, 51-10. Those are the two SEC teams that these Kentucky Wildcats beat. The Florida Gators, trash, and the Mississippi State Bulldogs, less than trash. Let me tell you about these daggone Kentucky Wildcat wins that they've been celebrating. Let me see. Game 1, Ball State. Game 2, Eastern Kentucky. Game 3, Akron. Game 4, Vanderbilt. And Game 5, Florida. They started out 5-0, and since then, they are 1-4. All right, losses. Georgia Bulldogs, 51-13, straight beat down. Missouri, 38-21, still double digits, ass whooping. Kentucky, 33-27, 6 points. You was close, but no cigar. But what can you expect out of Tennessee? But anyway, then you beat Mississippi State last week once again, 4-16. Then you face my Alabama Crimson Tide, 49-21, total annihilation. You have no quality wins, Mark Stoops. You are less than mediocre head coach. No way, no how you should still be employed as the Kentucky Wildcat head coach. They need to get rid of you, just like Texas A&M got rid of Jimbo Fisher. Because guess what? In my book, Jimbo Fisher is a better coach than daggone Mark Stoops. But they holding on to this guy, and they holding on. For what reason? He has not helped the Kentucky Wildcat program in no kind of way, at least in my opinion. But I ain't going to stay on Mark Stoops too damn long. But Mark Stoops, like I said last week, you getting comfortable on this hot seat. You overstand your damn welcome. But as long as you continue to put up the kind of production that you putting up, you're going to stay on the hot seat. I mean, Jesus. Kentucky Wildcats, how long are y'all going to accept this? Just a question. But oh well, Mark Stoops, once again, welcome to the hot seat. All right, next on the list, Ole Miss head coach, the Lane Train, Lane Kiffin, and also Pete damn Golden. Lane Kiffin, you couldn't have better prepared your team to face the Georgia Bulldogs than what you did. You know you was going in Athens. You know you was going to play a night game against the Georgia Bulldogs, the defending back-to-back national champions, and you roll in there like, well, you had your team acting like they was going to do something, like they big and bad on the first drive, and then they just pitched the damn bed. They just pitched the damn bed. But one thing I want to do, Lane Kiffin, I want to thank you for taking Pete Golden off the Alabama Crimson Tide hands. Because guess what? Us Alabama fans knew what kind of defense was going to be going on in Ole Miss once Pete Golden got there. I know you had a garbage ass defense since you've been there, Lane Kiffin. And guess what? Pete Golden didn't make it no better. I told you he wasn't going to make it no better. But Lane Kiffin, I damn sure appreciate you taking Lane Kiffin off our hand. And far as Pete Golden, like I said last night, you are the worst defensive coordinator in all the SEC. I mean, absolutely the worst. There is no other words for you, Lane Kiffin. Not Lane Kiffin, but Pete Golden. And as far as the head coach, Lane Kiffin, I mean, damn, you just can't win a big game for nothing in the damn world. You can't win a big game to save your damn life. I mean, every big game Lane Kiffin go into, he failed miserably. And then look at this. Look at this, Lane Kiffin. Look at this. These Georgia Bulldogs, and you look at this too, Pete Golden, if you're listening. Georgia Bulldogs rolled up over 600 yards on y'all bums. 600 yards. Carson Beck out there dropping dimes. And Pete Golden, you and this 3-3-5 defense, I've been saying this since you was at Alabama. Get rid of that shit. It don't work for you. Pete Golden, you don't know how to make halftime adjustments. You don't know how to make in-game adjustments. You just a placeholder, Pete Golden. Let somebody else take over the defensive coordinator duties at Ole Miss. I'm sure, no matter who it is, they can do better than you. All right? Carson Beck throwing dimes to the tune of 311 yards. And then not to mention, those Georgia Bulldogs rolling up 300 yards, rushing on y'all straight up bombs. Anyway, and then Kendall Milton, 127 yards on 9 carries, 2 touchdowns. DeJon Edwards got 2 touchdowns. Carson Beck throw for 2 touchdowns. I mean, Jesus, man. This Ole Miss Pete Golden defense it's worse than a middle school defense. I mean, Jesus, you got damn near grown men out there looking like a middle school offense can straight run through them. No pressure on Carson Beck all night. And just like Carson Beck told the reporters, the only reason his jersey was a little dirty, it was because he had to slide. That's it. Because y'all damn sure wasn't getting to him. Pete Golden, stop robbing people. Stop robbing these programs of their damn money. Lane Kiffin, get rid of his ass. And Lane Kiffin, you don't do better than what you're doing in these damn big games. Your ass gonna be out of there. But guess what, Lane Kiffin? We would love to have you back at Alabama as a play caller. I tell you that shit. We would love to have you back. But as a head coach, I ain't gonna say you're less than mediocre. But you ain't okay, you're average. I'm gonna give you average. I ain't gonna give you less than mediocre. I don't know how in the hell LSU lost to Lane Kiffin and Pete Golden with the offense that they got. I don't know how in the hell they did it. It had to be a damn miracle. Jesus, they miracled up on a damn win. Because this Pete Golden defense is hot ass. I mean, damn. But anyway, Lane Kiffin, Pete Golden, welcome to the hot seat. Moving on. Here we go. Old ball coach for those Florida Gators, Billy Napier. Oh, Lord have mercy. And your daggone defensive coordinator, Austin Armstrong. First year defensive coordinator for those Florida Gators, and he should have kept his ass at Southern Miss, wherever the hell he came from. As a matter of fact, he left Southern Miss and came to Alabama. Then he decided he wanted to leave like 2 or 3 days later and go to Florida. And I'm so glad he did. He ain't no better than damn Pete Golden. He might be a little bit worse than Pete Golden. Anybody can do the job that Austin Armstrong and Pete Golden is. But Austin Armstrong, you need your ass whooped. Austin Armstrong, you are straight damn garbage. I'm going to tell you that right now. Do you know Austin Armstrong and daggone Billy Napier? What Jaden Daniels did to your daggone offense? Well, I'm about to tell you. Jaden Daniels rolled up 606 yards by his damn self on y'all bombs. I'm trying to see exactly what he did, but I know he had 606 total yards, and it was a damn shame running on y'all bombs, throwing on y'all bombs. It don't make no damn sense. Jaden Daniels had more yards on those Florida Gators than the Florida Gators had total. I mean, Jesus, what a total damn debacle. A total debacle. It was sad. Well, it wasn't sad. I don't feel sorry for you. I'm glad it happened to you, Billy Napier. I'm glad it happened to you, Austin Armstrong, because you straight and hot ass garbage. Now, Jaden Daniels, 372 yards passing, 3 touchdowns on this Billy Napier and Austin Armstrong defense. And he ran for 234 yards, 2 touchdowns on the damn 12 carries. This man picking up 19 and a half yards per rush. Oh, my damn goodness. Oh, Lord have mercy. They had over 700 yards of offense on this Billy Napier and Austin Armstrong defense. Like I said, worse than, this is the #1 offense in the nation. But goddamn, 700 yards? 606 yards to one guy? The rest of the LSU offense only had like 80-something yards. Jaden Daniels beat the Florida Gators by himself. And it's your fault, Billy Napier. And it's your fault, Austin Armstrong. Jesus, man. The offense did put up 35 points, though. But damn, Billy. Ooh-wee. You know what? LSU on this defense was averaging 11 and a half yards per play. Where have you seen that shit at? Billy Napier, you too. Well, you already done wore out your damn welcome on the hot seat, but you just can't stay away. But it's fine. Long as you want to be on the hot seat, I'm going to continue to put your ass on the hot seat. No doubt about it. So Billy Napier, Austin Armstrong, welcome to the hot seat. I love y'all. Anyway, next. Ooh, that old Tennessee Vols ball coach. Oh, Josh Heupel, a.k.a. Bobby Hill, baby. Boy, Tennessee fans, y'all awfully quiet today. Awfully quiet. I ain't heard too much. Is it the refs' fault? Is it the NCAA fault? Huh? Is it the SEC fault that y'all got y'all ass tore out the frame? Y'all went to Columbia, Missouri, and got y'all ass molly whopped. I'm telling you, Missouri really made y'all look like y'all bottom of the barrel. Daggone Josh Heupel didn't know what to do. He didn't know what hit him. Jesus. Brady Cook, y'all talking about home cooking. Brady Cook, sure enough, was cooking at home yesterday. Oh my goodness, Brady Cook put on a clinic on y'all bums. Straight up clinic. Woo. Missouri, they put up 530 yards, 279 yards passing, and guess what else Missouri did? 255 yards rushing. I thought this Tennessee team had this all-time great front seven. Exposed on yesterday. Joe Milton throwing pick sixes. Y'all thought old Joe Milton was the savior. Y'all thought he was going to come in and picked up where Hendon Hooker left off. Negative. What happened? Somebody please tell me what happened to that three-headed monster running back core. Well, I can tell you what happened to him on yesterday. These fools, the three-headed monster, ran for a total of what? 48 yards between the three. Jalen Wright, 7 carries, 22 yards. Dylan Sampson, 3 carries, 20 yards. Jabari Small, 3 carries for 5 yards. Okay, 47 yards. They ran for a total of 47 yards between the three. And all season, all we heard about was this three-headed monster. Josh Heupel is not the coach that y'all think he is. I told you before the offseason about Joe Milton, and I told y'all in the offseason that y'all was going to take a step back. And now, look at you, sitting at 7-3. And guess what? Next week, you're going to be sitting at 7-4. You're going to end the season with 8-4 because you're going to beat your rival, Vanderbilt. Anybody can beat Vanderbilt. But guess what? I told you you was going to take a step back. Now look at you, Tennessee fans. Look at yourself in the damn mirror. I bet you can't even smile at your damn self. I bet you can't even take a picture and smile. Josh Heupel, I told y'all about that fool. I told y'all. He should have been silent in the daggone post-press conference on yesterday like he was when they asked him about the refs after the Alabama game. You should have been silent. And yeah, I went to some Tennessee podcasts and went in the daggone comment section. And yes, a couple of them talking about Missouri and the damn signals. Well, you know what? I hope Missouri did steal y'all damn signals to make it even worse. To make it even worse. And I can guarantee some of you Tennessee fans talking about the refs. Matter of fact, I'm putting the Tennessee fans on the damn hot seat too. Because they continue to enable this mediocre damn output from those Tennessee balls and Josh Heupel. Enablers. They continue to blame everybody else except for their football team and they daggone coaching staff. So Tennessee fans, you are on the hot seat too. You should know better than to continue to daggone support that less than mediocre football team. Year after year after year, they are nothing but a disappointment to you fans. And you fans should have had enough. But yet, you continue to come in season after season after season to trying to hype that less than mediocre team you got up. And you get the same damn results. Yes, last season was a one-off. And you beat my Alabama Crimson Tide. You went 10-2. The best season you had since 1998. In over a damn decade. And you came into this season with high hopes. But guess what? Those hopes are gone. They been gone. They left with the goalposts you threw in the river. As a matter of fact, you threw your hopes in the river with your goalposts last season. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you. And now, all the Tennessee fans got to talk about, wait till you come to Neyland Stadium next year. It's always next year for Tennessee. Well, guess what? I know somebody coming in Neyland Stadium next week on Saturday. And guess what's going to happen? Mr. Tennessee Vol, man, you're going to get your ass whooped. Josh Heupel going to get his ass whooped. Joe Milton going to get his ass whooped. Tennessee fans that jumped off the Joe Milton train. Now they want the freshman. They should just go ahead and bench Joe Milton and let the freshman get some experience. I told you about Joe Milton. Josh Heupel didn't want to listen to me. I told him, this man been in school been playing college football since 1985 and he still ain't got it right. But y'all want to believe in it. Josh Heupel, he ain't got it right. Josh Heupel is not the savior. Josh Heupel will get you 8 games. He'll get you 9 games every now and then. I know this is his 3rd season. And yeah, y'all have improved from when Bush Jones and all those other coaches was there since 1998. Y'all have improved, but you ain't improved enough to win nothing but regular season games in a bowl game every now and then. That is it, Mr. Tennessee fans. So, Mr. Josh Heupel, welcome to the hot seat, baby. I love putting you on the hot seat, Josh Heupel. And guess what? I'm going to keep your seat really warm for next week because I know you will be back. But for now, let's get Josh Heupel a round of applause, baby. Oh, shit, man. Boy, I love putting Josh Heupel on here. All right, next. Last one. Last but not least. You know, I don't like basking in unfortunate events. You know what I'm saying? But this time, it's not Jimbo Fisher. Because Jimbo Fisher leaving Texas A&M as a winner. I tell you that. You know who I'm putting on the hot seat? Texas A&M, AD, and the board of trustees. That's who I'm putting on the hot seat, because you should have knew better than to give Jimbo Fisher all that damn money. You should have knew better than to extend his contract and give him $90 million. Because all the seasons, you did this in 2021. Every season before that was mediocre. I understand he only lost one game in 2020. Then you gave him the contract extension. But 2020 was the COVID season and one but 10 games played. And he still couldn't get you to the SEC championship. Why? Because of the great one, Nick Saban, and my Alabama Crimson Tide. That's why. That's why. Then in 2021, he beat my Alabama Crimson Tide. He beat him. And then what you do? You give him a contract extension, even though y'all thought he could possibly go to LSU. And like I said this morning, LSU dodged a bullet. Because Texas A&M, AD, and their board of trustees saw fit to give Jimbo Fisher a daggone pay raise. And now they fired the man. Who came out on top? In my opinion, Mr. Jimbo Fisher. I don't give a damn who Texas A&M hired. Mr. Jimbo Fisher came out on top, riding off in the sunset with $75+ million. So who's sitting looking stupid out of over $100 million with no head coach? That would be Texas A&M. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. And now, guess what they got to do? They got to go out and pay probably over $100 million to find a new head coach. Unless they decide they want to pay the interim head coach that they're going to have coaching these last 2 or 3 games in the bowl game. Okay? And the thing about it, the AD and the board of trustees, they didn't fire him after a loss. They didn't fire him after a 5-7 season last year. They fired him after a 51-10 win over Mississippi State. They ass backwards. Nobody would do that except for Texas A&M. This man coming off a 51-10 win, and they won't even let him coach the rest of the season. But hey, shit happens. But the decisions that Texas A&M make concerning their sports programs is nothing but disastrous. That's what it is. Disastrous. Just like their football team. So hey, and like I said, Jimbo Fisher did nothing for Texas A&M. He did nothing to improve the football program from Kevin Sumlin. I mean, absolutely nothing. He did the exact same thing that Kevin Sumlin did. And as a matter of fact, I believe Kevin Sumlin won a couple of more games than Jimbo Fisher. I believe he did. Like I said, they done it. Both of them beat Nick Saban one time. And that was it. And that right there put hope in the Texas A&M football faithful, only to come back the next season, the season after that, the season after that, and be an epic failure. So hey, Texas A&M AD and board of trustees, welcome to the hot seat. And that concludes this episode of the Hot Seat for week 11. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you had a great time. And guess what? We will be back next week. Roll damn Tide, baby.